Hi there, sports fans. This is Denise Rouleau from Pro Sports Broadcasting, reporting to you from Chase Field. Tonight, the Diamondbacks took on the Marlins in the first of a three-game series. Bob?
Thank you, Denise. The Diamondbacks did beat the Marlins last night by a score of 5-2, behind great pitching again by Zach Gallen. Before the game, we had the opportunity to catch up with the manager, Torey Lovello.
What is Gurriel's status today?
Yeah, Gurriel is missing our pregame today. He'll be here right around game time. He obtained his U.S. citizenship today, so it's a pretty amazing accomplishment for him. We're certainly proud of him. We excuse him from all the pregame activity to take care of that today.
Was that his brother being here? Was that did he schedule it that way so that his brother would be here to be able to do that with him?
You'll have to ask him. I'm not sure. Good question. It's a very creative, journalistic angle. I love that stuff. I buy in 100% on it. I think it'd be great if there was a connection. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask him. But he'll be here for game time.
Off the bench available?
Correct.
So you still feel good about having 7-man bullpen for the time being?
Yeah, I mean, given the circumstances, with Corbin kind of trending towards a healthy return today to the outfield, we needed the extra pieces. So it's always nice to have that 8th guy down there. I mean, at times you have trouble getting them work when you have a staff that probably doesn't get into a certain starting rotation, doesn't get into a certain point of the game. A 7-man bullpen can be a little bit exposed. So we were a little bit fatigued yesterday. I think we're caught up in certain areas with certain guys. And, we talk about it the night before and know what we're going to be doing the following day, so we're in a good spot. So 8 is the new norm, but we can get by with 7.
Do you expect to go back to 8 at some point soon?
Yes, we do. When that day happens, we're not sure, but we like the way things are working right now.
6 weeks into the season, what's your take so far on the rules of pace of play, rule changes? What are your observations over the first 5-6 weeks of the year?
I think it's working really well. They gave us a little bit of a bumper, a little bit of a getting to know one another zone in spring training. It was a little rough at times, a little frustrating at times, but I think it's second nature to us. And I'm watching the right things now. I'm zoning in on the pitch clock a lot more. It took me a long time to get my sight line there. So, look, it forces everybody to be ready a little bit sooner. The action is moving forward quickly, and the pace of game is working because I know the overall game time is shortened, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think the playing field is still the same. It just forces guys to go out and execute a little bit sooner, and not spend so much time in between pitches. And I think that's what the fans wanted. It's overall for the fan experience, and I think it's enhanced their experience.
Thank you.
Not to name names, but do you think there's anybody on your team that has been affected negatively or has had trouble adjusting?
Not presently. I think early on, a few guys were wondering about the pace on the mound, and the hitters feeling a little bit rushed. Yeah, those were some of the early comments that I had heard. But presently, right now, I think we're in a good spot. I mean, I'm reading the same thing you are. There's a pitcher in New York that is making comments about the injuries are probably going to start showing up and it's going to increase. I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Knock on wood. I think our guys are in great shape and we've been getting through it okay.
One of the stats that hasn't changed much with all the strikeouts are still really high.
Mm-hmm.
But you think there's any rule change that could help bring that down without drastically changing the game?
I don't know. I think guys realize what their quickest pathway is to getting paid in this game, and hitting home runs are weighted. So I don't think the game will change. I think it'll stay the same unless contracts are weighted differently. And I know that a lot of people have made comments in that area. I'm not going to, but I just know that home runs matter for a lot of reasons. They put up big numbers fast, change games fast, and that's from my dugout level, and I'll have to live with it. But I mean, I like having a very diverse approach. I like having an all-field approach when you need it, and when your clock is ticking just right and you're feeling frisky and timed up, take your shots at hitting the ball to the ballpark. But when it's not, you got to have other resources to have a successful at bat. So that's what we believe in here. That's stuff we want to get done here. And you can see we have stubborn at bats at times. When we do, it looks like a day like yesterday, where we have 20 base runners.
Kind of back to the injury or injury prevention part of it. You like to use the phrase "get them off their feet" quite a bit. So with using the pitch timer, shortening up the games, getting guys off their feet quicker, in bed sooner, all of that. Do you guys project that to be something that'll have positive benefits for the athletes down the road?
We've talked about it, but I don't think it's in our model yet. And you're right. I mean, I'm getting home at 11:30 instead of 12:30. It's definitely making a difference in my life, and I'm sure players feel the same way. Everybody in this room probably feels the same. So I know that getting in bed, rest is the most important part of recovery. We believe in that. We ask our athletes to be smart about that. So I don't know. Maybe it might change the overall games played for our everyday players by a couple of games. That's an advantage for us. So I don't know yet. We haven't put it into the search engine yet, but it's been